a wise man once said, laugh, as a wise man once said, laugh now, cry later.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for coming. If you'd asked me about 8 years ago exactly how today or any of this journey was going to go, I wouldn't be able to describe it to you at all. I've changed as a leader, as a person, probably my favorite part, as a scout. For years I've wondered how this would all come together. The Eagle Project, paperwork, border review, in this ceremony that we are gathered at today. In this adventure, I've done everything I could have ever asked for. I've gone to so many summer camps, a national jamboree, became a member of the Order of the Arrow, found wise mentors, made friends, and found some that I call brothers. Ever since I was younger, I've had a fascination with the idea of scouting. All of us together are a group of people who share a common viewpoint, oath, and a law, the summit of the Eagle Trail. At young age of 8, I was introduced to so much of what drove me to such lifelong goals and commitments. The Eagle rank, and the mysterious Order of the Arrow. I have reached both of my goals somewhat, but I would not say that I've explored them completely. Since scouting, to me, never really ends. Sum up some of what I've said, I'd like to share with you all my secret of success. It's a rather simple word, very heavy. This word, my secret, is inspiration. From a young age, I've grown up with leaders and a scouting family that has always inspired me. As I've worked with others in scouting, I've always tried to inspire the next person in life. Here today, I look out and I see some of the most important people in my life. That's because I'm looking at those who inspire me. Now, I'd like to take just a little more of your time, show you a group of friends and mentors who I'm thankful to have in my life. First, I'd like to start off with the thank you pins I've chosen to present. First, I'd like to call out 2 people who never cease to inspire me. They looked up to me as their leader. I hope that inspired them in some way. They may have some time before they reach this point, but their creative minds and positive attitudes helped me see 2 shining stars to lead Troop 116 in the future. With this, I'd like to call up Aiden Tobias and Oscar Whitway to the stage. I'll try not to stick each other, I promise. Yeah, I might. Thought this was simple. There's room for 12. Just hand it to him. You probably have to. I thought they were just men ones. Sorry. No, not yet. Not yet. And I'm going to shake your hands. But you are really something special. I see either one of you as an SPL one day, and I'm proud to say that. Never stop aiming for the stars, because you can always aim higher. Especially you two. Thank you. Next, I'd like to call up another group of 2, even if one of them couldn't make it tonight. And I'd say this troop is not complete without these 2. Both are gifted with different arts, whether tech, sports, music, leadership, or even just a simple thing, just making me laugh. With this, I'd like to call up Troop 116's Manio members, Toby Fleck, Marcus Simmons. So proud of you, Big Dad. Thank you for everything, sir. For the record, Toby couldn't be with us tonight because he's very sick, and honestly, I'm praying for the guy even right now. I don't know what his affliction is, but I hope he's okay. And I got him a little something extra when I was at National Jamboree only a couple days ago. As I know one day, after Mr. James here, he's going to be on the stage too. I figure I deserve to give him something. I visited this thing called the National Eagle Scout Association. It's for, well, Eagle Scouts and their outstanding service. While I was there, I saw a pretty cool patch I thought I should give him. Nice gold border to go along with his nice gold bordered pin. So, I don't care who tells Toby in the room, but tell him he's got a little present for me, please. All right. Now I'm going to, again, call up one person. This person is not a member of Troop 116. As said, someone who has shared so many of the troubles I've shared as a leader. It's among my closest friends. I'm glad to have the honor of meeting someone that shares so many common interests with. I might be right to stop him with 10 days, saying that we lived together for 10 days. But had Mr. Morgan Packard join me on the stage. Let's go ahead and shake the guy. Oh, come on, come on.
Wednesday Gala.
Now, as you said, rock on!
Rock on!
Had to say it.
He knows me too well.
Next, I'd like to recognize someone who's worked with me for so many years. He's always been a guy I could rely on when it came to organizing events and other activities. I've known him for such a very long time. I had no doubts that he will soar. Not just soaring to the peak of an eagle, but as a captain of a Delta Airlines plane. May I please have Mr. James Hennessy. Had to throw it. This is for you. May you see it. Okay.
That was an awful salute, Jesus.
Oh, and but you know what? I got so excited, I forgot to don't bring it down. Mistakes happen, folks. Just like Toby, I had a moment to reflect on you, like you have this to wear on your uniform. Place that Grateful Dead patch you traded away. Come on. I had to give you something. This one. This last one's really personal for me. This individual has literally been here since I started this so many years ago. While knowing him, we faced a great deal of him. Cub Scouts to Boy Scouts. Camp out after camp out. Even some high adventures like ski trips. He's always been someone I could count on whenever I need an open ear. And has always been there through all the memorable all-nighters I've pulled. Whether it be in scouting, or just simply to being my best friend. This I'd like to call up Joshua Morway to the stage. You inspired me in a way when you turned 18, and I thought I'd return the favor. I'd like you to have some photos. You and me. Getting to the end of this crazy ride we've been on. Thank you for coming along with me, sir. As you. Expect to go south.
You got it. You can do it. You made it this far.
Next, I'd like to present the mentor pins. I have multiple in this category because there are a good number of people in this audience who provide me with help and wisdom here. This first goes to someone who probably thinks I forgot in that thank you section. Honestly, don't blame me. I kind of just mentioned everyone but him. However, his influence on me has been so great that I see him as not just my friend and my brother, but as my mentor. I think of this individual I describe him as a hard worker, a friend, a brother, as I've said, my mentor. Known him for such a long time. About a few years ago, I had the honor to learn to lead alongside him. My friend reached the Eagle Summit before me, and he's literally started to soar in a real plane. The U.S. Air Force. Oh, who am I kidding? He's way cooler than Tom Cruise. With that, I'd like to have Mr. Damon Gregory join me on stage. See why I wanted you home?
Yeah. I mean, Tom Cruise in the Navy kind of had a disadvantage in the sport.
Better looking than Tom Cruise anyway.
Well, I heard that too. Don't get me wrong. Ooh, this next one. This next mentor pin goes to someone who has always met me every single time I've ever seen this person. The world's largest smile, the world's heartiest handshake. He's always been willing to give me advice, to cheer me on, no matter where he was, what he was doing. I didn't see him in some time for it tonight. I'm glad that I've been able to call my mentor. I'm honored he can speak on my behalf tonight. With this, I'd like to call Johnson Myers.
Yeah, Mr. Elton!
I'm getting old.
Come on, man.
Oh, and I should say, so thankful for everything you've done. You gave me, when I was a Cub Scout, I don't know if you remember, you gave me my first taste of venison. I enjoyed that. It was a life-changing experience. And all the help you've given me has changed my life even more.
Privilege has been mine.
Thank you, sir. Okay. This is getting real. This is not even part of this script that I made up, but man, this is just
You can do it.
laid on me.
You made it this far.
So good. Third mentor pin I wanted to give out is to an ASM I really just want to recognize. He's always been able to hold such meaningful conversations with me. Even if it was just talking about scouting or whether it's favorite music and bands. I've always appreciated everything this adult's done for this trip. Even outside of scouting, he's let me spend so much valuable time with him and his son. From camping trips, spending the night at his house playing games with his son. He's always been happy to see me. Even if sometimes I came over unannounced. With this, I'd like to call up Mr. Mike Morway to the stage.
So use his B fighter in Smash Brothers today.
I promise.
Sound familiar, Mike?
Thank you for everything, sir.
Now I'd like to recognize a scouting leader who's again not part of Troop 116. Met him a few years ago thanks to a certain Brotherhood of Cheerful Service. Since that point, he's been helping me in countless ways. Whether it be giving me advice on leadership, telling me impactful stories, giving me rides to OA events, or just simply listening to Led Zeppelin, Depeche Mode in the back of his van. With this, I have Mr. Ben Packard join me on the stage. See why I wanted you in it. No, you're not a hugger. Thank you for everything, sir. Thank you. I miss you. This next mentor pin is going to be one of the most personal I hand out. If you had given me all the time in the world to talk about this one individual, I could write a book on this person. Guaranteed. Even now, it's hard to tell you exactly what I admire about this person. Should I mention his dedication to scouting? His mastery of the culinary arts, or simply put, just many reasons. I am honored and thankful to have him as my scoutmaster. With this, I'd like to invite the best scoutmaster this program may ever know, Mr. Blair Seifert.
Just one on the step.
Ups and downs.
Just one on the step.
You wanna haze me?
No, because I do fun.
I do a fine little thing for you. Uh-oh. I'm in trouble now.
The exact opposite. Too low gear.
Got me a gift.
It's that jamboree.
Jambo hat, all right.
I was really having a moment. Like, you know, my scoutmaster's okay.
Red paper.
The Jambo
And
scout.
a Jambo shirt, awesome.
Hey, Zoom.
Thank you.
He's down for it.
I got
He
more
got this
Jambo
right
stuff.
Tell you, my scoutmaster jamboree, awesome guy. Pretty cool. Even the Terminator 2 cabinet is his house. Pretty cool. But no one, not one person I meet, is going to match up to this man, his perfect cobbler, and his perfect attitude.
Whoa.
Thank you
Perfect
very much.
copper.
That collar's good.
You're welcome. It's been a journey and it's been a pleasure to have you as my scout.
Now, these last two, I guess I fit a little bit on this last one I did. I didn't say that I couldn't get more personal. And today, I just want to recognize two people that are two of the best mentors I'm ever going to have. First one of these goes to someone you might say is the reason I'm even here. Throughout my journey, They've always managed to encourage and inspire me to do whatever I'm inspired to do. She put in many long hours to ensure I could reach this point. Fortunately, no words I have to say here will ever fully describe the impact and the wisdom that she's just passed on down to me. Well, I hope it wasn't too obvious when we talked about, having a second mentor. May I have my mother come to the stage? I gotta do it again.
Of course.
Oh yeah, I've kept a lot of secrets. A lot. Like a lot of surprises, This was the hardest one to keep. Because each time I mentioned the order I was going to give these out, I remember, oh, shoot, don't say. Because I wanted it to be special. This next one, you could say, is a lot like the last one. It was hard to not tell this person I was going to give it to them. And it's not one pin, but it's actually two. One for being a lifelong mentor, the other for the role they played in my life. I've seen this person nearly every day. I have always been able to give this person my questions, no matter how ridiculous or how serious they were. The perspective she has given me on life has been so valuable. Even as I stand on stage, I'm always going to be grateful for her influence. The wise advice and great opportunities that she has led me to along the way, and there are numerous just things that I could say here, but we don't have time for that. I'm just so grateful. With this, may James help escort my grandmother to the bottom of the stairs. This is an able grandmother pin. My mom had that special word just for you. And, of course, mentor. First person I thought about in this room that deserved it. That, my little speech is concluded, but I just want to thank you all again for coming out here. If I met you guys, like, I don't know, 8 years ago, like Mr. Blair over here, even if I just met you a couple months ago before the era, I appreciate every single one of you. You led me to this point, and you're the reason. Could not be more thankful. Thank you.